Alright, y'all, what's up? I'm gonna tell you a fucking crazy motherfucking story, man. And this is from my boy Jimmy, who was an eyewitness to the murder. But luckily, you guys, he went somewhere with somebody that emptied a clip out into a motherfucker's torso at the Millennium Hotel, downtown Minneapolis, in 2012. Google this shit, you guys. It was the first homicide in Minneapolis of 2012, and it was, I think it was somewhere around February, because I was in jail. I was in jail at the time and saw this come across the news channel. All right? So I was locked up for a reckless ass fucking shooting where the police should have just shot me dead. I was fucking went crazy, you guys. So I'm already in jail. Okay? And all of a sudden, I see it come across the news, this homicide, right? And then a while later, the dude that did the murder came into the fucking unit, came into 13A, I think is what it was. And it ended up being a friend of my boy Jimmy. Now, oh man, this was crazy, because as I'm in jail, they send an informant into 13A. And oh, it was the worst experience, you guys, because he got into 13A and I thought it was him, but I hadn't seen him for like 14 years. And I'm like, I'm tripping. And all of a sudden, he's like, hey, Nick. And I'm just like, fuck no. No, man. Last time I seen this dude, I was about to kill his ass. Grabbed a pair of scissors, cocked back and stuck it to his neck. Oh, man, it went bad. He had an undercover cop. I did this in front of an undercover cop, you guys. I swear to God. And he didn't even blink an eye when I put the scissors to him. The guy with him was like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Man, this guy was African-American, dark-skinned. He said he was from Texas, but had no Texas accent. Dog, people from Texas in the South, they sound a certain way. So that threw me off, and I was suspicious because he said he was from Texas, but he didn't sound like it. And when I cocked back to stab dude in his throat, the dude I was gonna stab didn't even do. He was like, knew he couldn't die. He just knew somebody was gonna save him. And dude was like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to. I mean, he just literally talked me down like a cop. And I never made the transaction. That's how I avoided making the transaction, was putting the scissors to him like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just some bullshit. So I see him 14 years later in jail, and by this time, there's 20, 30 stories of him being an informant. Everybody knows this shit. This motherfucker comes in the unit, and he's like, yeah, I heard Jimmy smoked that guy. And I'm like, no, he didn't.